If you just injured your ankle playing sport, how do you know if you need to go to the emergency room or if you could just rest it at home? My name's Steph and I'm one of the physios at sportsinjuryphysio.com, where you can get an online assessment for your injury and a personalised rehab programme. Now, just to make sure, if you think you need to go to A&E, you probably should, but hopefully this video will explain some of the things that they will be looking for when you go to A&E to determine whether or not you need an x-ray because they think there might be a fracture to the bone, or whether or not they'll probably just send you home with a bit of pain relief and advice to rest it. Just to clarify, we're talking today about an injury that may have only just happened with a sudden onset of pain because your ankle was either forced into inversion, eversion, dorsiflexion or plantar flexion through trauma, like twisting it or being tackled. We're not talking about pain that's come on over a period of time, even though they can be really sore, because that is more likely to be an overuse injury. It still needs to be checked by a health professional as soon as possible so that you can get on the right track to recovery, but it's less likely to be broken. So in this video, we're talking about something that's just happened through a traumatic mechanism of injury. At most accident and emergency departments, they will apply what are called the Ottawa ankle rules. These are a set of rules to determine whether or not you need an x-ray on your ankle injury. I'm going to do what I tell my children not to do, which is draw on themselves, to show you where they'll be looking to see if you're sore or tender, as in you touch it and it's sore. So they will be looking to see if you've got tenderness at the tip of your lateral malleolus, which is the bottom of your fibular bone here, along the back edge of it for 6 centimetres. When you sprain your ankle, it's quite often sore at the front, so they're not looking there. They're looking along the back of it. So if you feel along the bone there and it's sore and you've had a pop and a click and it's very, very sore to weight bear, then that's the sort of thing that probably does need to have an x-ray. Same on this side, if your ankle went the other way, looking at if you've got pain along the 6 centimetres at the bottom of this bone, at the back edge of it. And they're also looking to see if you can weight bear 4 steps. Now, quick one, this doesn't count as weight bearing. That would count as not being able to weight bear because it's too painful. If you're able to walk but you're limping like this, that counts as weight bearing. It's probably okay. If you've had a trauma injury, like the same sort of twist or trauma to your foot, but actually have pain in your midfoot instead of your ankle, they will still be looking to see if you've got pain on this bony point here, which is your navicular. It's the bony bit that sticks out on this side of your ankle, or foot rather, or in the middle of your foot here on the little bony bit that sticks out in the middle, which is the bottom of your 5th metatarsal. That, accompanied by the fact that you can't weight bear very well at all because of pain, is another reason they might well x-ray your foot. If you think you've ruptured your Achilles, or it felt like someone kicked you in the back of your leg, or you feel like you've been shot in the back of your Achilles, even though there was no one there, and now you can't weight bear properly, that also needs to go to A&E. It probably won't have an x-ray, but it definitely needs to be seen the same day. If you don't have any pain in those bony areas and you're able to weight bear completely fine, then the good news is there's less than 1% chance that you've broken a bone in your ankle, and so you may well be able to save yourself a trip to A&E and hours sitting there waiting for them to send you home with a bit of advice, and instead put your foot up and get a cup of tea. I would still advise that you see a health professional early on though, perhaps in the next couple of days, just so that they can give you some good early management and look at things properly so that you're able to do the right stuff and avoid the risk of you getting persistent problems after it's healed, or recurrent problems where it happens again and again, because this can happen in up to 70% of people after a lateral ankle sprain. You might also want to look at part 2 in this YouTube video series, which tells you what you should be doing those first few days after an acute ankle sprain. However, if you do have tenderness in those bony areas, or you'll have real difficulty weight bearing and you do decide you need to go for an x-ray, it doesn't mean it is broken. It is one of those things that some severe sprains can behave just like a fracture, and that's why you need an x-ray to decide whether or not it is broken, because actually they look the same, and without an x-ray it's very difficult to tell. And for the same reasons, you want to do the right early management to get it better as quickly and as well as possible. I hope you found this video helpful. We're here to ask us any questions via the website or via a consultation, so if you need any further information, please do get in touch. Good luck with your injury, and I hope it gets better soon.